Scorpio, hello, my darlings. Welcome to your weekly reading. I am using the Archangel Animal Oracle to start off your reading, followed by the Guardian of the Night Tarot to see what messages are there for you. If this reading resonates, you are hearing it within your divine design, my darling. As I'm shuffling, just simply to say, as ever, a huge thank you for all of your love, for your likes, for your wonderful, wonderful comments, and for those of you who have subscribed to this channel or will be subscribing if you resonate with me and my readings. Your support and your love is amazing. Thank you, my darlings. So let's see what wishes to come out for those that most need to hear it from Scorpio. We have got the Swan has wished to come out along with the Hyena. Ooh, interesting. Loving to see this. Let's put those cards over there. And I am seeing the Donkey. I will just say one word about the Donkey because my eyes glanced to see it. Donkey, keep your heart open no matter what. So although life may seem like it's a burden at this time, although there may seem to be heavy weights of responsibilities and that you are feeling very lower in that energy space, keep your heart open. Keep trusting, keep having faith. Faith in God, faith in the universe is the most extraordinary empowerment form of self-love and self-expression that we can perform, literally, to have active faith in God and the universe. It gives us an energy of relief, of release, of security and of happiness, to have that active faith, strong active faith in that all will resolve itself, all will reveal itself. And that's your message, to continue to have faith and to continue to act with faith, that all will be well. And you've got here the Swan, demonstrate grace and majesty. So this is about gliding through what is happening at this time. You know how the Swan glides with a sort of, as it says here, a grace and majesty, ignoring perhaps other energies that might wish to interact. The Swan doesn't really engage, does it, with others? So it's about coming away and ignoring perhaps others that are trying to get your attention, which you know will just be annoyances for you, will take you out of where you are gliding towards. Now, also the Swan represents the extraordinary amount of inner work that goes through that demonstration of grace and beauty, and also loyalty as well. So wherever you are right now, there's an extraordinary amount with the Donkey and the Swan here of loyalty. You are very loyal, whatever that may mean for you. And whether this is to do with family or friends or your work environment, the demonstration of that loyalty and that active faith is really, really important. And Hyena, dare to be different. Dare to be different. You're not meant to blend in. You're not meant to be part of the crowd. You're meant to be different. You are unique. Dare to be different. What is who are you? Who is this extraordinary Scorpio that is perceiving themselves to be something else? And is perhaps having a battle of wills at this time about what they're going to demonstrate to the world and what they're going to hide away. You may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you are within. The cup of tea in England talks about comfort and security. You know, you have a cup of tea when you're feeling a little sad or you need just a pick-me-up. You are extraordinary, my darling, and you're being asked to demonstrate that difference and to be who you truly are, despite what others may think about that. Despite what others may think, okay? It's not about anybody else's perception of you. Come back to the Swan. Glide through perhaps those that have comments or observations that don't understand who you are and what you're trying to achieve at this time. Ignore them. Continue on this path of this active faith. Keep your heart open no matter what. So your heart is open. You are showing courage. You are doing something wholeheartedly. Keep it open. Don't shut off. Don't despair. Don't give up is the message. The Donkey was rewarded The lovely thing about the donkey with the cross on its back, because of its loyalty at the cross. And so all donkeys have this cross on their back now. And it is to say, you know, you are demonstrating, despite circumstances, despite difficulties, you are demonstrating such an extraordinary act of faith. Keep that demonstration open and trust that all the burden will be lifted. The burden will be lifted, my darling. It's very close. Demonstrating grace and majesty. Dare to be different and keep your heart open no matter what. Let's just pull a few cards to go with this. And I feel, you know, with these cards, the two words radical acceptance are coming into my mind. That when we accept what we might consider to be a radical experience, or when we radically accept it is what it is, and it is what it is for a reason. And I may not totally understand that reason just yet, but I will be able to connect the dots. I will be able to, in hindsight, understand what has happened, why it's happened, and the blessings that have come as a result of this happening. And I feel that you're very open to that as well. And I feel you're doing an extraordinary job of, with the swan here, of reflecting and on where you are, releasing what you are recognizing to be old resistances and old thoughts and behavior patterns. And there's something very beautiful about the approach that you are taking, my darling. Thank you, Spirit. The Four of Swords. Oh my goodness, it's so sweet. And the Tower. What else have we got? And the Queen of Swords. Look at this. You've got the Four of Swords has come out for you with the hedgehog. Look at you curled away here. So, and the Tower. Where's the Tower? The Tower card here with the vultures around it. So you have taken necessary steps at this time. And now this Tower may have happened a long time ago. It may have happened yesterday, my darling, but this is a big change. This is a big moment, a pivotal moment in your life that changed everything. And with that change has come big realizations. And with those realizations, your reality is changing. Because when we change our perspectives, when our old way of perceiving things created our reality, we create what we think. We create as we speak, abracadabra. I create as I speak. And as you're shifting and changing, you will have noticed that things are changing around you. And where you're giving your attention now is much more within your state of recognizing and releasing and moving forward. Within that state of being, you are also recognizing a shift and change in those experiences around you and in those individuals around you at this time. But with this Four of Swords, I want you to just look at this and understand that there was a period of time, and there has been, of you retreating. And I come back to that swan. You've still done it with a sense of grace, and there's been a lot of admiration for you, but you have held your head up high, but you have retreated from something and you've come away from it. And you needed to do it. You can't heal in the place that you were hurt. So you needed to retreat from it. And you have sought out seclusion, and you may have, you know, this Four of Swords healing time can talk about weeks or months or years, but whatever it is, you went somewhere you went somewhere within yourself, but also physically, that represented security for you. And through this experience, you have learned more and more and more trust in the universe, trust in yourself. You've learned to listen to yourself. Some things, though, woken you up, and you've got the flowers, the leaves here, talking about the releasing that I've mentioned that you've been doing. And in doing this, and in setting boundaries and resting and going through this renewal, it's been a natural cycle for you to do this. Something now has got your attention. Something's got your attention. So Spirit is encouraging you with this Queen of Swords here on the bottom of the deck. Oh, actually, do you know what? I'm going to come back to that Tower first of all, because this is the vultures, okay? And this is like a community of vultures here as well. But, you know, this is interesting because the tree has come down. So the tree represents a part of your life that was, it seemed to be very solid, very secure. It had been that sort of way for a long time. And then suddenly it was gone. But the vultures represent the necessary energies of you included at the time that needed to just resolve and pick things over to understand for some point what was happening. But also remember that the vultures represent the restoration of, the cleansing of, the clearing of, the releasing of in nature. They come in to clean up. So there has been that sort of energy of kind of cleaning things up, of what is being now restored, reclaimed within yourself because of what you have decided to hover energetically in this space to understand it. Does that make sense? I hope it does, my darling. But this is a big change for you. And I'm also sensing that the change has come about not necessarily because you were in so much resistance before, but because you were open for it. You received this disruption, this change, this kind of event in your life because you were open to new, you were open for expansion, you were open for healing, you were open to understand more. And so in that wide open state of being, and vulnerable wide open state of being, you have caused and created incredible change in your life. And now I feel with this Four of Swords, with this Queen of Swords, I want you to recognize this as energies. You've got three lots of birds in this card. You've got the swan, the tower with the vultures, the swan, and you've got the owl here. Birds represent messengers, as we know. Birds also represent the freedom to go, the freedom to do things, the freedom to see things from a higher perspective, the freedom to fly in any direction without any boundaries, without any lower energetic boundaries keeping one in somewhere where they feel restricted but can't move out of it because of a place of fear. And that's not you anymore as this Queen of Swords. You're carrying this sword with you. You're carrying this truth with you. You're literally now in a vibrationary state, flying with your wisdom, with your wise, intellectual, spiritual downloads of matter. You're flying with it. You're going places with it. You're setting boundaries with it. You're not afraid to go and do things that you may have been afraid to do before. You welcome those that wish to experience life in the same way as you. You have become much more secretive than you were before. You tend to observe a lot more now and then speak words of wisdom as opposed to telling everybody everything. Extraordinary is the Queen of Swords. You have so much information to impart now to others. This is active faith. This is a sign of active faith for you as this beautiful owl here. And I also feel that you are trusting now so much more in what is coming through you. You're not disregarding what you might have thought was some random thought, but sort of makes sense. You're catching on to it. You're holding on to it. You're understanding this is infinite intelligence and it's coming through you because you are now open to receiving it as well. Beautiful. And now I've got the Page of Swords has come out. I don't know what this little creature is, but this is the Page of Swords. So, and he's got his foot, you know, you've got your foot on it. You kind of get it. You're standing, you're understanding. Thank you, Spirit. You're standing in a place of understanding, of knowing things now. And why, you see, do you know what? Understanding is what truly brings happiness and peace and stability to our lives. When we understand, think of the flooding of feelings that comes through when we truly understand. The releasing, the letting go, the acceptance, the surrendering, the sort of, you know, I'm imagining sort of lying in water, just not holding on to anything, just lying there, relaxing, going with it. That's what I'm getting with this Page of Swords. This is, you know, an extraordinary time. And again, the Page of Swords is looking at the Queen of Swords. So there is some new information with this Page of Swords to come in for you. There is still more to come. There always is. We never stop. But this is really important for you for the next stage of your life, for the next chapter of your life. This is coming in for you. And you are more than capable of taking it and flying with it. So whatever that may mean for you. And this old structure, energetic structure in your life, naturally, in natural divine timing in law, had to come down in order to make way for the new growth. It needed to come down in order to make way for the new for you. And you're so ready for the new now. Anything else, please, Spirit? Thank you. And I feel, you know, there is that wonderful, you know, accept the things, how does it go, Spirit? Accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I feel that is exactly what you've done, right, darling? Thank you. And that's, you know, when real transformation happens, when you surrender to an idea of what you thought should happen and what you thought and how that should happen, to actually, do you know what? I'm just going to surrender and go with the flow. And I'm going to do what feels right for me. Thank you. What was it that came out? The 5 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. 15:5. You've got the beaver here. I love to see this. This is, as they're talking about, that surrendering to, you know, the beaver is the architect of the animal kingdom. We're the architects of our lives. We are the builder, the architect, the director, the producer, everything. And the beaver is the architect of the animal kingdom. So the beaver is if it is shown more and more and more that where he's building his dam or his house is not going to work, then he accepts and he surrenders and he moves on. So, and he chooses somewhere else. He doesn't overthink it. He doesn't think, oh God, I really wanted to build it there. You know, I'm going to keep trying and keep trying when the universe is showing me it's just not working. So this is what I feel where you have been and are going through now, the realization that something is what it is for a reason. If the door is constantly closing on you, then it's about the acceptance of it and the walking away from it, despite how difficult that may mean for you. But I feel you're already so far into this process. There is so much effort and determination to do this with the salmon, the going home here. And I feel you may be relocating, you may be traveling, it may be a part of it. But it's interesting because, you know, the beaver is very clever. If you think about the beaver being the architect of the animal kingdom, where he places his dams changes the energetic flow. So if you remove the blocks, then it will flow. So any resistance you're putting at this time for what you think might be the right place for you to be, but the universe is showing you no, just take your hands off it, step back and see what happens with that flow. You know, the water represents the universal life force energy. It's coming in fast for you. But whilst you're trying to perhaps still be in a certain place, in a certain energetic field with a certain person, in a certain job, in a certain outcome that you want to achieve, you're creating resistance. And the universe is showing you, actually, accept that this is not for you. And you have the wisdom now to know the difference. You can change. What are you being encouraged to do? And it's demonstrating grace and majesty with the swan. to move on, to move through this, to see what else is around the next bend of that river for you, my darling. And it may feel like life is going against you right now. It's actually flowing for you. It perhaps just that resistance that you're putting onto this situation. You remember how I say, you know, lovely thing that Spirit told me, that when we have a tight grip on something, when we've got a really tight grip on something, we can't allow the solution to appear. But if we loosen our grip on it, the solution appears, because solution is solvere in Latin, to loosen. So we let go. And in water, we can't hold on to anything. So if you were caught up in this, what would you do? You wouldn't try and hold on to all of these different wands here. They wouldn't help you. The best thing you can do is lie flat and go with the flow. And that's what Spirit's encouraging you to do. And I know you've got this, because you've already got this Four of Swords energy. You've already got this Queen of Swords energy. You know this, but there is a little bit of stubbornness there, which we all have. Like, you know, I just might just maybe one more time I'll try this, or one more time I'll do this. And there is that. And I come back to demonstrating acts of faith that something has already happened. It's going to be for your greatest good. It's going to be magical. It's going to be bigger and better than you could imagine. It's going to be beyond your expectations. It's going to be beyond the confines of what the mind says is possible. And demonstrating those acts of faith whilst feeling as an act of faith that all will be well, and the universe and infinite intelligence is supporting you and encouraging you to do something different now. Go with it. Go with the very strong current of flow that's trying to direct you at a certain way at this time. Because even though it may be hard, this current, these salmon are going home. They're going home. And so with the Ten of Wands, it is you're being shown that actually your demonstration at this time is going against the current, and it may feel like it's something that you really, really, really have to do to get home. But you're being asked to not do that with the Ten of Wands. It's causing and creating too much exhaustion within you. And I don't know why I keep saying going home. Anyway, I am going to wrap it up, but I do feel, my darling, that I'm just going to pull one card for you, as I like to do for my Scorpios. One more card for coming away. Thank you. There we go. Page of Cups has come out for you. Do you remember that? Okay, so we come back to this Five of Wands energy with the rough waters. Suddenly, when you decide, actually, I'm not going to keep trying doing this here. Remember the beaver. I'm being shown it's not the right space. When you decide to do that, look at the waters changing. The Page of Cups. You're going to be given a ride, literally. You're going to be shown, you're going to be supported, you're going to be helped. This Page of Cups is a small sign of things changing, of you, because you chose to let go, to surrender, to go with it, to see where it would take you. Suddenly, you're able to stand again. You're able to feel differently. You're able to understand that you are being supported. There are signs for that as well. And this is the start of something beautifully and emotionally fulfilling for you, whatever that may be. And you've got here the little, the new moon there for you as well, my darling. So demonstrate grace and majesty at this time, my darling, and just accept and surrender that things are exactly the way they're meant to be. And, you know, with perfect faith in the universe, with perfect faith in God, with active faith in the universe, with active faith in God, comes that feeling of peace and security and happiness, because all will be well, angel, all will be well. So there we are. I trust that has helped those that have resonated with this reading. I look forward to doing another one for you a week on Monday. So this week, I am going to do a little announcement on this as well, but this week I am focusing on completing my oracle cards, the Veritas Oracle, which I think this is kind of like almost the first announcement that I've made on this. And they will be ready by end of August, but I must get them off to the printers. So I'm working on those, and I'm also away from Wednesday. So there will be no daily readings this week, my darling, and I will start the weekly readings again a week on Monday. So in the meantime, I love you all so, so much, and thank you as ever, and have a really glorious week. And let me know once, if you are surrendering or you're about to surrender, what happened, what has happened, or what is happening, or let me know what will happen for you later on this week, because the universe takes it very, very seriously and works very fast the moment that we let go. It's almost like a demonstration of that act of faith to show us, you see, all you need to do is let go. So much love to you, and take care. Bye bye.